So why is email communication critical for your professional success? That's because emails are actually the backbone of modern professional communication, whether you're writing to a client, to a business partner, to a colleague. How you write your emails directly impacts a few things. One, whether you get a response or you don't get, and whether you get the kind of response that you're looking for, the kind of result that you're looking to get when you send that email out. So it is one of the most common ways to communicate at workplace, but the biggest challenge is to write it in a way that people don't just ignore it. People look at it, open it, read it, and then get to do, or rather get to doing what you want them to do. That is the challenge, because poorly written emails often go unnoticed because everyone is busy. They get a lot of emails, and if your email doesn't stand out, if it's not different than the other hundreds of emails that people get every day, then it is bound to get unnoticed. So mastering email communication is important to get the results that you want and get them fast. So I'll share 3 communication hacks, email communication hacks, that will help you write emails that will get you noticed and get the results that you're looking for in the shortest possible time. So hack number 1 is to use clear, actionable subject line. So when you look at subject, when you look at your inbox, the first thing that comes in front of you is the subject line. So it is the first thing that the recipient is going to see, and if that is not compelling, people are going to scroll down. They're not going to pay any attention to it. A very vague or uninteresting subject line will not even get people to open the email. So instead of giving a generic subject like meeting follow-up, they might get 5 emails that day to meeting follow-up. So how do you stand out? So instead, you could reframe it as action required to confirm meeting time for Friday. So it does a few things. Okay, 1, clear, okay, what is required of them, and it's actionable, so people know exactly what to do. They don't have to spend time thinking and reading and doing all of that. They know, okay, this is what is in this email and this is what I need to do. So you take a lot of stress off people, and that is another way that people will be more keen to look at your emails first, because this person writes short email and from the subject line I know what I have to do. So I don't have to waste my time reading the full email and going through all of that. No, that's another advantage. So next time when you write or you're sitting to write an email, I would like you to think about not the email, but rather what action would you like the recipient to take, and see how you can frame it in a clear, concise way and in an actionable step way. Try that. Okay, so now hack number 2 is keeping the body of the email concise and direct to avoid any kind of confusion or ambiguity. So if you see long and winded and too detailed and emails that go on and on about things, people don't have time to read. There are 2 things. One, people are busy, often they are overworked, people are juggling work and life, and they just don't have the mental real estate to invest in each and every email. So it's a very thoughtful gesture also if you keep the email concise and to the point, direct. What it does, it helps the recipient focus. They don't have to read through, they don't have to send you a reply, they don't have to invest too much of their mind, of their time. So the best, if it's not clear, if it's complicated, if it's too long, and then people will not read through it and they will miss any important or crucial details that you might have sent in the email. So let us say, for example, instead of saying, I wanted to follow up on the last project that we discussed during yesterday's meeting and to get your thoughts on the proposed timeline and going on and all, you could just say for example, following up on last week's meeting, number 1, proposed timelines requires adjustment, and next step is awaiting input from your side or awaiting your input, and that's it. So they know exactly what you're talking about and they know what you want them to do. So they know that you were talking about the timeline that was discussed for the project for the last meeting, it needs to change. That also you have informed. And second thing, they want to know that your input, what do you want? So again, you take a lot of stress away from the recipient. So what it does, it helps them, they are more inclined to look at your email because you make it so easy for people. Okay, now we move on to hack number 3. Have the body of the email end with a strong call to action that demands a response. Now, to balance that out, you cannot have a very long call to action. It has to be short and precise, so it can't have 20 steps in it. People don't want to do that. It has to be one actionable step that, if taken, will get their work done and your work done. So it should, for example, when your email reaches the recipient, they should know exactly what they are supposed to do next. So there are no vague instructions. So it's not, because if you're not clear with your instructions, they will not respond. People will not respond because they're unsure, and lack of clarity often leads to delay in almost everything. Once people know what is expected of them, the faster they are able to respond to you, and you get more time to plan. So you are also not left with too much to do at the last moment. So let us say, instead of ending your email, for example, you could say with something vague, if you write, let me know what you think, or what are your thoughts on this, or what is your input on this. You could be giving them a specific action and a deadline. Or let's say you could say that kindly reply by Tuesday with your confirmation. So when you say, okay, so what the recipient knows now, that they have to reply you back by Tuesday and they have to confirm it. So if for any reason they cannot confirm it, or if they have to decline your invite or whatever it is, they will let you know way in advance. Okay. For the next time you're sending off an email, make sure you read through it and have a clear call to action. So be direct and also provide them with a specific time frame to help them respond. Now, writing effective emails, to be honest, it's not that hard, it's not that difficult, but the main thing is that people need to be taught, and once people learn, trust me, they do way better. And what happens is, when your email communication starts to be more cohesive, it's like it's flowing well, and people don't waste time reading all these emails. They know the other person doesn't want to waste their time. They know the other person gives them clear instructions. They know they have actionable steps. There is clarity. It's concise. There is a lot less time wasted, which people can do to finish other work. There are other ways that time can be effectively invested and spent, instead of reading emails and trying to figure out what am I supposed to do next. Also, to get results now, focus on these 3 communication hacks. 1, clear and actionable subject lines. 2, a very direct and concise email body, the text, and always end with a strong call to action within a specified time frame. So you start taking these tips today and watch your email responses, and your professional success is going to see a shift for the better. You will see how faster people respond to you, and you will also notice that you're going to get so many more yeses than no's. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.